Hello folks, pproteus here, back for another Chaos Draft, and, well, we're in for a spicy one here, because we opened OG Nicol Bolas Planeswalker, and I am no coward. I am taking the gold card, and it's going to be, if not wonderful, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Not much experience with playing 3-color decks in this format. It often doesn't work out super well. And, you know, we could just not play it, but 8 drops that win the game are good in this format. So, I'm into winning the game. We just have to get to a point where we can reliably cast 8 drops, as well as a point of reliably paying that mana cost. Alright, next pack here. I think this one... Okay, imagine, cover up the Nicol Bolas for a second. What would I do here? I think I would just take Goblin Crater Maker. Seems pretty decent. Not most of the other cards are not really that appealing to me. Piston Fist Cyclops is pretty safe. Definitely got my mind on this guy because it's a hybrid, so I can play it in a blue deck or in a red deck. But it's a 2-drop. It's red, so basically I want to be like 2 colors and like splash the 3rd. I'll find some way to splash. Hopefully it won't be too difficult. There's also 2-drop in black, gold 2-drop. Don't want the gold one. And again, don't necessarily, you can just pretend Bolas isn't here. But if I have the chance to be Rakdos splash blue or Demira splash red, I will do it. Okay, so here we got Relentless Scobs, 5 mana 4/4 Undying, and that's really powerful, so we're going to take that. Other options in this pack, hiding Nicol Bolas, Kessler Recluse is fine, Locathar is fine, those are both pretty decent cards. Divination is a pretty solid blue card, but we're not taking a blue card that isn't Relentless Scobs. Stormkirk Captain, 3 mana 2/2 first strike. Ignore the other ability. It's a reasonable thing to be doing. It's not broken. You can probably pick up a vampire, but that's not super relevant. Yeah, no, I'm taking Scobs. That makes me feel worse about the Crater Maker, because the whole point of having a 2-drop is so you can play it on turn 2. And if we are splashing red, then, well, we can't really splash blue and play a double blue card, and the whole point of having a 2-drop is to play on a turn 2, so we can't really do both of those. Not quite sure how we're going to get around that, but don't need to solve that issue right now. We're splashing red. This card isn't so bad that you can't splash it, but you know, you want your splash cards to be, oh, I finally hit my splash color, I finally unlocked this card that's been stuck in my hand all game, I'm going to win the game now, and then you slam Nicol Bolas. You don't want to just slam your 2/2 with upside. That's not quite as good. Alright, so options in this pack. A couple just solid creatures. Renclaw, 3 mana 2/2. Noggle Bandit is kind of like an aggressive 3 mana 2/2. Is that better? I mean, it's a stronger card than the Renclaw, but it may not be better at all. A little bit unsure there. But I can count that as a blue card. Like, it's worse at blocking, so maybe I should just take the Renclaw. But you know, even if we're building around Bolas, we're not always going to draw the Bolas. So we do need some way to finish games, and 2/2 unblockable is a way to finish games. That's something we can do. Alright, what else is in this pack? I'm going to more or less ignore the red cards, because Relentless Scob is a really strong draw into blue. I see rare, cost blue, that's pretty big. That can be tough for a 3-color deck, but makes a copy of a thing I have better than anything else in this pack. There's like Further Step Eidolon, which is a 2 mana 1/1 unblockable that bestows for 6 mana, but that's really expensive for unblockable. I don't really want unblockableness all that much, so I'm going to not take it. Alright, this pack here So I'm ready to commit to Dimir Splash Red. Not sure if Crater Maker's going to make it. Definitely on the lookout for any kind of fixing we see. This pack is between Augur Skulls, so 2 mana 1/1 that regenerates, turns into a Mind Rot. Even Augur, 4 mana 2/2 flying, sacrifices to bounce 2 things. Those are both fairly close, I think. I'm going to take the Augur Skulls. I want to make sure I'm doing something on turn 2. Whipspine Drake also has my mind. If I were in white, I would take that. It's a better white card than it is a blue card. So white, you get to ambush things. I'm morphing it for 3 mana. If you're just in blue, don't have white, then it's kind of medium. It's 5 mana 3/3. This pack, the pick is between Gutter Skulk and Corpse Blockade. Again, you want to make sure we're doing things on turn 2. So Gutter Skulk seems reasonable. Corpse Blockade is good, like it blocks things. You can hold back large opposing creatures by threatening to sack my 2-drops. But it's not, it's got some problems. So I think the safe thing is what I want to be doing. Okay, what do we got next? We got a Rush of Ice, so 5 mana 3/3 taps a creature, so it's like a what's that card called? The one from RNA that taps something, except it doesn't have flying, but sometimes it has haste. So it seems better than the Mind Rot because I don't really need Mind Rots, I think. I'm not sure I'm going to play that, but it seems okay. This pack's got a Fairy Mechanist, so we can dig for artifacts, but I don't have any artifacts. It's also got this 4/4 for 3 mana that sacrifices itself. That's a good blocker. I want to be blocking, so I will take my 4 mana, or 3 mana 4/4. Sounds like a thing that might be powerful. This pack has Electromancer versus Radical Idea. And while, Electromancer is the stronger card, I'm not planning on playing straight 3 colors. As you've seen, we've seen 0 fixing so far. I'm not really planning on having fixing, so I don't want to take 2-drops that are red, even though I took one second pick. I just took that because it was the most powerful card in the pack, and if I could switch that for a Cyclops, I would absolutely do it. This pack, I'm taking the 1 card in our colors, destroy a land, deal 1 damage to each human. That's not something I want playing, but I will take it. Noggle Ransacker. When it enters the battlefield, each player draws 2 cards and discards a card at random. Could be good if I have a lot of graveyard synergies, but I kind of just don't. I mean, that these 2 can cast from the graveyard. I'm just going to take the 2 mana 2/1. 2 mana 2/1s are playable. They're definitely not good, but they're playable. Sudden Storm, maybe playable or close to playable. Just take the red card. Tap 2 target creatures they don't untap during the next untap step, scry 1. It's a tempo card. Doesn't really fit with anything I'm doing here, but could be worse. So I'll keep it in mind. Okay, next pack, we got Cranial Extraction. That's not a good rare. Not playing that. Ren Spirit, destroy target spirit. That's not great either. There are a lot of things here I don't want to be doing. That's Soul Shift. No, that doesn't have Soul Shift, never mind. This has Soul Shift. I'm going to take Floating Dream Zubera. 2 mana 1/2. When it dies, draw a card. That's reasonable. Let's do that. Or the alternatives are this like 3 mana 1/1 flyer or 3 mana 2/2, both with marginal abilities. Zubera sounds fine. Let's do the Zubera. Well, this is not a strong pack either. This is, we can go with Vesper Ghoul. A 3 mana 1/1 tap, pay a life, add a mana of any color. That could be pretty good if we're planning on splashing, we're trying to cast our difficult cards. Alternatively, there is Rakdos Ixbitter, 3 mana 1/1 that pings things. I like pinging, that's very powerful. I think I'm going to take that. Peril of the Parents fixes my mana to cast multicolor cards, but it doesn't help me cast any non-multicolor cards, so that's terrible. Kindle the Carnage, what does this do? Discard a card at random. It deals damage to each creature. I don't want to deal damage to each creature. Well, I don't want to discard cards at random, mostly. I'm going to take the Ixbitter. You don't have to play it, but it seems like it might be good, potentially. Alright, finally, pack where we got things. So, Claim to Fame. Return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from graveyard to the battlefield, then give something haste. That seems probably playable, but not good. The choice here is between Countervailing Winds, so 3 mana, counter spell unless they pay 1 for each card in my graveyard, a Circular Logic with cycling, and Torment of Venom, 4 mana, 3 -1/-1 counters. I think it's the removal spell. We do not have a lot of removal spells in this deck so far, and I think we should take them. I don't know if this is too late to be thinking about signals, but definitely that's the kind of signal I want to be sending. I'm going to make a pile here for things I want to play that aren't creatures and things I don't want to play. This one has Herobe's Whisper, which is just murder. Well, okay, Dark Vanishing. I am going to control a swamp. I plan on that. And a Splice onto Arcane, so all of a sudden Arcane things start seeming more useful. Did I change the way I was sorting? Usually I sort by rarity. I'm messing with my head. I should have figured that out. Okay, yeah, Herobe's Whisper, good card. We're taking that. There's also this thing that does things when creatures with power 1 or less are put into my graveyard, but I don't have that many things with power 1 or less. So that seems like a pretty complicated hoop to jump through. Alright, here we are in Modern Horizons. Generally very good cards in Modern Horizons, but in this pack, doesn't look like it. There's Dead of Winter that only does things if we have snow permanents, and we're not going to have snow permanents. Carrion Feeder is a 1-drop that can't block. Goblin Champion is a 0/1. And there's Smoke Shroud, which synergizes with ninjas, but otherwise is not a good card at all. I don't want any of these cards in my deck. Reprobation is a good card. I'm thinking about taking Reprobation because it's probably more likely that I play this than any of the other cards. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I don't want any of those cards that I just saw. Maybe we'll somehow end up with a very good mana fixing. Okay, Rime Feather Owl. 7 mana, has flying. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of snow permanents on the battlefield. And you can pay snow mana to make more things snow. That's not happening. Okay, what else? Survivor of the Unseen. 3 mana 2/1, cumulative upkeep 2. Tap, draw 2 cards, and put a card from your hand on top of your library. So it taps basically to draw a card, but it's cumulative upkeep. So that's a lot of text, but so we're drawing 2, putting 1 back, so we're netting a card. So this is card advantage. So I'm going to take that. That seems better than the 3 mana 2/2 or the 2 mana 2/1 or the 7 mana 1/1. Okay, next we've got Triton Cavalry, so 4 mana 2/4, Heroic Bounce and Enchantment. That's kind of complicated. I mean, we have ways to trigger Heroic, but we don't really want to be bouncing enchantments, so that's not worth it. It's Font of Fortunes, so kind of like an enchantment except it's Inspiration, or Font of Return, which is an enchantment. Return 3 creatures from the graveyard to our hand. That might be good, because we have a bunch of small bad creatures. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take Font of Return. We have a lot of things that I would like to return to my hand. Okay, there is Gitu Journey Mage. No, that's not really good. Red things need to be worth the splash, and that's not worth splashing. We don't have a lot of big stuff, We don't need that much big stuff, but if we don't draw nickel balls, we do need to develop close games. So I'm just going to take the 5/5 Death Touch. That sounds safe. Alright, here we are back in Kamigawa. I don't want any of these cards. I'm going to take a Ren Spirit. Maybe our opponent will have a lot of spirits, and we can side that in. Maybe we take Rag Dealer. Opponent has a lot of graveyard stuff, and we can just Rag Dealer them. It actually seems more likely that they'll be playing graveyard, broken graveyard things than they'll be playing a bunch of spirits that I actually want to kill for 3 mana. I'll take Rag Dealer. Ooh, Vesper Ghoul Wield. I will play Vesper Ghoul. I don't know if I'm going to say I'm happy to see it, but it is playable. Wretched Camel versus Claim to Fame. Return a creature with converted mana cost 2 or less. Wretched Camel does stuff if I control Desert. I'm not going to have a Desert. I'm going to take Claim to Fame. Probably going to play neither of these cards, so Claim to Fame has some upside if I have a really good 2-drop. It can return a Goblin Crater Maker. It has some downside, but I'm probably not going to play it at all. Okay, here's Ire of Kaminari. You can deal 1 damage with the Horobi's Whisper in my graveyard. Here I'm going to take the Dead of Winter, which does absolutely nothing, and a Scred, which also does absolutely nothing. I mean, yeah, I could have taken the Snowland there, but you're not making things very dead. I'm not paying a 3 mana Shrivel that sometimes, most of the time, doesn't work. That's not happening. We have, I mean, this is not looking strong so far, but we have most of a deck, so I'm fairly happy. Got enough 3s. What I want is like removal. I want counter spells and more murders. I don't want to play these cards, but I will if I have to. Probably don't want to play Font of Return. Okay, what have we got here? Okay. Rare is Riptide Mangler. 2 mana 0/3. Spend 2 mana to change this thing's power to target creature's power indefinitely. Is that good? That's probably better than some of the 2-drops I have. Other options, random morphs, slivers. But no, there's a good card here that I want. There's Skin Thinner. I said I wanted murders. That's an expensive murder. We have to pay 8 mana for this murder. But it's a 2-for-1 and it is a murder. So I'm going to take that. And it's going to be good. I'll be happy if one of those slivers wheels. I'll probably play either of them, I think. I mean, I don't know if I'll be happy about it, but I will play it. It's playable. I may not be playing this Noggle Bandit. Don't need 3s, don't need evasion. Oh. Okay. Well, we've got Loxodon Warhammer. You know, maybe in modern environments, 3 to cast, 3 to equip is pretty slow, and it is slow, but that ability is no joke. Giving lifelink to all my random small creatures is really good. I'm 100% taking Warhammer. This is not close. Over Terror. Like, Terror is a very good card. Definitely would be very happy to have Terror, but Loxodon Warhammer is the kind of card that can win the game by itself. And you need those cards. Okay. Next, off to Ikoria. Choices here, you can take a Looter or take Memory Leak. Anticipate's good, Dark Bargain's good. I'm going to hope one of those cards wheels. Again, we failed to hit Relevant Fixing. Having a Looter, I'm torn between the Looter and the Memory Leak. On the one hand, the Looter can kind of draw and discard multiple cards, so it can like discard my 2-drops if I draw them late. It can discard all my excess swaps if I already have enough in search of the mountain or in search of my like 3rd island. On the other hand, like Memory Leak is fine on rate and just has Cycling 1, and Cycling 1 is really strong. I think I talked myself into playing this looter. I'm going to take the looter. Okay, next pack. We've got... got a bounce land. Is it just the bounce land? That seems to be the best card here. Because, like, I don't really want to take a red card unless the red card is bomb. This is a Hypervolt Grasp is a good card. It turns my creatures into pingers. And it even bounces, so you can ping multiple times. Is this a bomb? I'm not sure. Like, it can be card advantage. I don't know. I don't have a good idea of how strong this is. Maybe I should just take it. I'll find out how good it is. I can put it on my creatures and give them Wither. I can put it on my Death Touch Feral Abomination. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds fun. I'm gonna take it. I'm sure some people are mourning the loss of the bounce land, which is a fair complaint. This pack has Jeskai Infiltrator, which is definitely a favorite card of mine from Fate Reforged. Can't be blocked as long as I have no other creatures, and when it deals combat damage to a player, I manifest the top card of my opponent's library and manifest the Infiltrator again. So you end up with two face down things, and one of them is the Infiltrator, and they don't know which because you shuffled them together. So I'm going to take that. I get to cut some of these 3-drops for sure. But that's going to be pretty good. I think. I hope. Next we've got, what do we have here? Sure Strike Trident. That's expensive. We already have an expensive equipment. We don't need another one. Huffleguard Observer. That looks pretty strong. 4 mana, 3/3 flyer, high flyer. Looks better than the other options. Excellent Lattice, Etherval, Mirror Moon Vessel, Quicksilver Behemoth. Yeah, none of those things are things I actually want. I'm gonna take the Observer. Observer seems fine to good, depending on how much I want to block and how much my opponent's creatures have flying. I don't want any of these cards. I'm going to take Grip of Amnesia because it's at least cycles. And it is, if my opponent has a lot of graveyard synergies, it's probably good. So I could see myself siding that in, so it's got to be better than the other options. There's Flood Chaser. 6 mana, 6/6. Can't attack unless my opponent has an island. Okay, I'll take that, put it in the sideboard, bring it in case my opponent has lands. There's a way to augment it built into the card, but that requires mana and it requires shrinking the creature permanently to attack once, and I'm not into that. Alright, what else we got here? We got a Morph. Turn a creature with a Morph ability. Manifest isn't a Morph ability. This can turn my Skin Thinner face down. I mean, it's pretty good, right? Or there's a 3 mana Elvish Visionary. I'm gonna take Master of the Veil. Probably not play that because I have a lot of 2s, or I have a lot of 3s rather. Goblin War Wagon. What is this? 4 mana 3/3 doesn't untap, and you can pay 2 to untap it. Oh, I don't want that. That sounds very bad. Irradiate, kill something. Golem Skin Gauntlets gives +1/+0. I'll take Broadcast. I will take Anticipate. That card can make my deck. That's a good card. When you look at that, we found no fixing at all. Was there some fixing I just ignored? Didn't see? I just didn't notice? Or was there just actually no fixing? I'm unsure. You take Cunning Strike over a 4/4? I kind of have a lack of large stuff. I'm going to take the 4/4, yeah. This doesn't count as large stuff. That's too many hoops. Alright, well, here's the deck. how am I going to build this? I'm going to cut some of these things. I'm going to cut, probably got to cut some of these 2s and 3s. And that's probably most of the cuts I'm going to make. Because that's a lot of 2s. There's way too many. Definitely don't need that. This is a 5, 5, 5. And then make a pile of expensive things. We're not playing that. I guess being able to get back facet reader that's the best thing I have going for it so far. We're not playing a red 2-drop. Probably going to cut one more of these. Vesper Ghoul. Yeah, no, I have to play Vesper Ghoul. And then Survivor of the Unseen sounds good. Infiltrator sounds good. Not sure about the other ones. There's Hover Guard. Those things, these things. Okay. So I'm going to play all those. Definitely playing the solid removal spells. I think I just need to play Infatuation. Need to play the Warhammer. Anticipate's a safe thing to be doing. Radical Idea I'm not sure about. I already have a Looter and nothing really wants to be discarded. Not all that much anyways. So out of these 6 here, I'm gonna play 17 lands. I was thinking when I took Nicol Bolas I might end up playing an 18 land deck, but the curve is pretty low for a Nicol Bolas deck, so we're not doing that. Because the curve is so low, Blackwater Elemental doesn't seem very appealing because we're not really blocking. Okay, so I'm going to play Hypervolt Grasp, I'm going to play this, cut these 3 cards, and that sounds pretty decent. Maybe I want to cut one of these things. Cut Fang Skulkin for Noggle Bandit. Radical Idea. Yeah, let's do Radical Idea. Again, it's just a safe thing. I'm not doing it because it's super powerful. It just does its thing. It draws me a card. It can never be that bad. I'm gonna play 3 mountains. Okay, so mana base is pretty bad, but we've got to be able to cast spells. We have to make triple blue and double black, and we have 3 different red cards, 4 different red cards. Okay, yeah, it's kind of a mess, kinda, but it's a deck. There's some good sideboard cards. I'll have to remember the Noggle Bandit in the sideboard, so we'll bring that in case an opponent has like a stronger late game than we do. Against a blue deck with counter spells, you can bring that in and, you know, attack with it. Could cut Rush of Ice for it, but I don't know. Rush of Ice seems like a little bit of size. Maybe I want that. Okay, I'm running with it. We'll find out the weaknesses of this very shortly. And I'm rather hoping we will get to cast Nicol Bolas, or at least do some fancy things with Lockstone Warhammer. I'm also hoping to discover Hypervolt Grasp. I have no idea. I haven't really played much Ravnica original block, so I can't really say how good this card is. Sounds like it might be good. Okay, I'm playing very competent opponent this time. We are not keeping this hand. We want lands. Oh goody, Nicol Bolas. Yeah, so we're gonna keep this hand. Just cast Radical Idea and hope to cast black spells at some point. And never cast Nicol Bolas. It'll be okay though. Oh yes, opponent's got the fixing. Why didn't we have that? Just wasn't an option for us, eh? I would have liked to see Bloodfell Caves. I hope there wasn't just one going around the draft and it wheeled and I just didn't notice. That would be very embarrassing. But all the dual lands I noticed seem to be the wrong colors. Oh, this person might have been at my table, too. I wasn't paying attention to whether or not that was the case, but definitely passed an electromancer. Okay. Well, I'll play the land. My opponent attacks. Do I chump? I really want to find a swamp. I really want to hit my land so I get to Feral Abomination, but being a blue deck, they probably have an answer for Feral Abomination. So I'm not sure racing towards it is the best strategy. I think I'm just going to chill. Maybe I will find something better to do with my 1-2. Maybe my opponent has Edict. Or maybe my opponent has a 1 toughness creature. Okay. Good decision, pproteus. Rewarded. Okay, now we gotta start with Anticipate. I'm gonna take a swamp above anything else. We did it. We took the swamp. Sorry, murder. You're not happening. Play my Augur and chill out. Instead of stopping my upkeep, I don't think I'm actually gonna sack it on my upkeep, but if I want to, I want to have the choice. And I also don't want to, seem to my opponent as the kind of person who would never sack the Augur on their upkeep. So I'll at least pretend to think. And will you look at that? They're playing Grixis. So they're doing the thing that we wanted to do, except they have multiple pieces of fixing. Ain't that the way? If we double block, they trade Electromancer for my Augur, and that's not what I want. So we're not blocking. We can hold up Augur's regeneration for future turns, and that'll be kind of okay. Augur should, at least trade for a card. I have to keep in mind that if they have Traveler untapped, they can. If they have mana untapped, they can just immediately sack Traveler's Amulet. Okay, so here opponent plays this thing. So it taps to give something -1/-1. That's kind of scary. I really need that to die because it doesn't really interact very well with what I'm doing. Here I think I have to sack the Augur, so this can kill the Augur through regeneration. So I want to get my 2-for-1. So we're doing it now. We are doing it. Opponent discards a 5-mana 4/1 haste provoke. Okay, we'll have to remember that guy's there. And a land. Okay. I'm going to play this Facet Reader. I'm not going to do anything else. I have to make a decision here about this Radical Idea in my graveyard, because I can jumpstart it. But the problem with jumpstarting it is I have to discard a card. And what do I want to discard? I don't want to discard Feral Abomination. That seems like my powerful card. Torment of Venom. That's a removal spell. It's my only removal spell. My opponent has a card I really want to kill, so I don't want to discard that. And then Font of Return is a 3-for-1, assuming I can ever remove the Disciple, so I don't really want to discard the Font of Return either. So I'm not clear at all what I'm supposed to do with it. It's going to be hard to get the Font of Return into a 3-for-1, mostly because my creatures don't have real value while they have the Disciple on the board. So I feel like, the reason why I'm doing nothing is I feel like eventually, assuming I don't die, I'll be able to get 3 things into my graveyard, torment the Disciple, and then Font of Return. We're not blocking. What you got? Nothing. Mountain. Okay, great. We got a mountain. I'm going to activate the Facet Reader. Yeah, also Radical Idea is just another loot, but I already have looting. So there's no real incentive to do that either. Another possibility is I could just aggressively discard the Feral Abomination and then just use that as something in the graveyard to font back. Okay, let's do that, but in a more roundabout way. I'm going to want to have a mountain. So how about I cast the Font of Return first? Because if they counter the Font of Return, that's a problem for me. So how about I play this first? Keep up the land to pretend I'm going to Radical Idea. probably not unless something surprising happens. And then I think chump with Floating Dream Zubera on my turn, or on their turn. And then if we want, we can untap and font return 3 things after using the Faucet Reader again. What is this? Opponent has, oh, a removal spell. Okay. What do we have that's good against this? Opponent has a lot of one-tapness things. I have Scorch the Field to deal, but that only deals 1 damage to humans, not to vampires or to fairy rogues. Career Maker sounds good when they have something like Disciple that I really want to kill. And opponent just Myers Malice me. That I think they were in my pod. That was a Myers Malice that I passed. Maybe I shouldn't have passed it. Maybe Myers Malice. Given how my deck turned out, I wish I had Myers Malice over the Rush of Ice, but at the time I was worried about being too slow, not worried about not having enough card advantage. I have 3 things in my graveyard, so I think I'm just going to take the damage. Oh, goody. Should I concede? If opponent attacks me for 8? Yeah, I'm not liking this. Alright, I'm gonna chump the island, launch return, get back that dude, Faucet Reader, Feral Abomination, and play the Feral Abomination, hope it doesn't immediately die, and then they disciple it, so it dies anyways. I think we're dead here. Opponent's casting more spells. They have Keranos, God of Storms. Wow, okay. That sure is something. Not something I expected. A very good card. I'm not optimistic about our chances in this matchup anymore. I'm playing the mirror, except they have fixing. So if I drop my 5/5, they attack with everything. We take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I could drop 2 drops, but that still forces us to chump. I could drop 2 drop plus Hoverguard Observer. Hoverguard Observer doesn't do much. I don't want to show them more cards. Alright, I've had enough. Do any of the cards in the sideboard do anything here? They did not really assemble graveyard synergies. I do want to be bigger versus them. So Flood Chaser does look like a good option just to increase the size of cards in my deck. Floating Dream Zubera, sure. Gutter Skulk, yeah, I need to make things bigger. Gutter Skulk's gonna go. The other things I think are all fine. Rush of Ice is not great. I could trade it for a Noggle Bandit. Make my stuff smaller? Do I really want to do that? Yeah, I'm gonna bring in Noggle Bandit. I said that's what Noggle Bandit was for. It's for the blue decks. Let's do it. They didn't have a lot of removal. They just had the one pinger that could recur removal. Okay, now I've got Jeskai Infiltrator and a 2-drop. So you're going to have an interesting choice. Do I play the 2-drop on turn 2, or do I just play Jeskai Infiltrator and make it unblockable? And I think the answer is don't play a 2-drop on turn 2. Even though, you know, that sounds dumb for obvious reasons. But Jiska Infiltrator is, you know, they're special. You just gotta let them sit back and let them do their thing. Go ahead, opponent. What have you got? Of course, they could have a removal for it. Could just die. But if they don't, I'm manifesting something from their deck. And that's going to be fun. I like free 2/2s. No, it dies. Boo. Okay. Well, we have a follow-up of a 3/3 flyer. In this matchup, we might actually be the aggro deck, which means Hyperguard Observer. Probably not bad. Probably not bad at all. Let's see what the opponent can do to match this. If we untap, do we want to play Survivor? Or do we want to wait as long as possible on the Survivor? That's a bit unclear to me. It's funny that Survivor makes you draw 2 and then put a card on top. It just seems unnecessary. Why not just draw a card? Do you really have to add in the extra step? Oh man. Well, they played their 4/1 with Haste Provoke, but Hyperguard Observer can only block creatures with flying. So, you know what, opponent? You didn't get me. You did not get me. I'm not blocking that one. You're going to take 3. I'm not playing Survivor of the Unseen. I want to play things that I wouldn't mind them killing with Crested Craghorn. I don't want them killing my guy that taps draw a card. Put these 2 guys down, just a 1/1 and a 1/2. Craghorn can't very... I mean, they can trade their Craghorn for my Vesper Ghoul. You can be like, oh, that guy had a mountain. I can get rid of their red mana if I trade my Craghorn for it. But, you know, if they want to trade their 5-drop for my 3-drop, I'm fairly happy about it. Of course, they have this Disciple again. That's lame. I can't stop that Disciple from just killing my Vesper Ghoul. Once again, we are stuck trying to find a removal spell for this Disciple, which is super annoying. I'm gonna attack with the Vesper Ghoul, maybe? Or I should cast Radical Idea first. Yeah, I'm gonna Radical Idea. I'm gonna discard the 2/1, because it's not doing anything, ever. Okay, never mind. We're not attacking with Vesper Ghoul. We're playing Facet Reader, and we're not playing the Mountain. Hopefully we don't get Mind Rotted here. Maybe I should play the Mountain, just so I have it on the battlefield. But I may want to discard the Facet Reader, so I'm not inclined to do that. On the other hand, if they do nothing, my play is probably just Mountain Flood Chaser. There's my 6/6. That's the roundabout way of killing the Disciple. Just make them use the last ability. I mean, it does its thing. It's super annoying, the combo between Disciple and Craghorn, where they can make something block it, and then make my 1/2 block the Craghorn, and then shrink my 1/2 into a 0/1. So I'd have to like double block. Okay, are they gonna... They're gonna have me do the double block? Okay. I'm gonna block like this. I could double block, but you know, maybe they should have, like, they could have had a trick, right? So the reason double block is they could have a trick, and I get to cycle the Zubair there. But if they had a trick, why would they not just attack first and encourage me to double block? Because otherwise they disciple me. So I assume they have no trick because they played it the way they did. Alright. Violet Paul did not have the Mind Rot. So I get to do my thing, even though they killed all my stuff, which is super annoying. And they still have the Disciple. Oh, good. Noggle Bandit. Do I want to attack for 1? Yes. This turns out badly for me if they have a removal spell, and then I end up taking 3. But otherwise, like if they have a removal spell for my 6/6, I think I'm in trouble. Because this is going to require an answer, or they sack the disciple. And I do dearly want that disciple to go away. I've got cards in my deck I would like to draw. I'm at 6 mana, so not quite Nicol Bolas yet, but you know, some of the things that I've got would be pretty good. I also can't really Fated Infatuation, that would also be bad. I could Warhammer. Lockstone Warhammer would be really good. I could... Okay, good. Alright, I'm okay with this. We did it. We killed their disciple. We spent 6 mana to do it, but they also spent 6 mana, so we're even. Font of Return. I like that. Let's do that. Do we want to sack it right away, or do we want to Noggleband it? So what are we getting back? We're probably getting the big stuff. We're probably getting... Or we could get Jeskai Infiltrator. So we could get the 2 big things and like a 2-drop, or we could get 2 big things and Jeskai Infiltrator. So we could pass the turn, use it here, and then untap, go Infiltrator, Noggleband it. We could wait to see what they do. I think waiting to see what they do is preferable. Getting the Noggleband on the board obviously is, you know, 2 damage. But we have a better chance of using our mana efficiently if we, you know, use all our mana this turn. Don't know whether we'll draw next turn, we'll draw a land or a spell that we want to play, or a spell that we don't want to or can't play. So that's why I say a chance, because we don't know for sure. We cast Dark Bargain. Yeah, they're definitely in my pod, because I saw that too. It was down to 11, but they've got 5 cards in hand. But hey, we're going to have 5 cards in hand at the start of our turn too. So it'll be fine. They could have the Mind Rot, you know, but we only have 1 card in our hand now, so they can't effectively Mind Rot us now. They have to wait until next turn. And we're going to remember that they could have the Mind Rot because they just drew 3 cards. They're going to draw a 4th one. Pretty decent chance that they found it, like 15% chance that they just found it right now. Divination, okay, move that up to 20%. Okay, Font of Return, we're going to get back Infiltrator, Observer, Flood Chaser. We drew a land. We're going to leave the land in the hand. What we're going to do is we're going to play the Jeskai Infiltrator, because this forces the opponent to deal with the board, where we get to make a dude. Can't just spend all the turn on card advantage again. Then after that we can Flood Chaser. If we draw a land, we're going to have to play a land, because we want to be able to Nicol Bolas if we draw a land post Bolas. We might win this game. I'm not super confident, but it could happen. I think we also passed that Simic Signet, man. What is my opponent casting? Essence Drain. Okay. Alright, yeah, that was the plan. That was the plan. They spent their 5 mana spell on my 3 mana creature. I'm happy with that. Child of Night, that's okay. That is dealt with pretty well by the Floating Dream Zubera. Jeskai Sage, that's just a 1/1. I'm okay with that. Okay, Hirobi's Whisper. I don't... So it only destroys... I've been calling it murder, but it only destroys non-black creatures. So it's not really murder. I'm not murdering the Jeskai Sage. But I might murder something here if they play something good. Let's see. If they play a 5-drop, as long as it's not black, I'll probably murder it. Oh boy. Do I want to pay the tribute? Yes, I do. You can have 3 counters on your Thunder Brute. You pay a 6 mana 8/8 trample. That's no joke. But I will whisper at it. And I take 1. Sure. My turn. Ooh, Torment of Venom. Okay. Not really a good target for that, but we can be patient. So Whisper at the Thunder Brute. Yeah, we're leaving out double blue. Whisper the Thunder Brute. And please don't Undying Evil. A Thunder Brute down. Attack with a 6/6. You can chump with Jeskai Sage if you want. And Noggle Bandit is still unblockable. Noggle Bandit's doing some work here. I wonder if that means I should make an exchange more permanently. I'll think about that after this match. Hopefully I'll remember. I've got Torment of Venom in my hand. My opponent has no evidence that it's a good card. Font of Fortunes. There's another card I passed in the draft. I also passed that Crovian Scoundrel. Okay. They have a lot of card advantage. An impressive amount, I must say. They also have a lot of 1-toughness creatures, and we have pingers, we're just not drawing them. Stormkirk Captain, that's another card that we passed in the draft. And they have a vampire. Look at that. Yep, I guess we can chump. Do I want to chump that? No, I don't want to chump that. You can gain 3 life. Anticipate. Okay, how do I want to do this? Let's cast Anticipate first. Take a look at what we got. We got... Oh, I tapped my mana wrong. I was thinking about how I might want to cast Tormented Venom, and then obviously I want to have multiple blacks, but that's just not how that's going to work. I'm going to take a Lockstone Warhammer. So first of all, having this Warhammer is going to make me play differently. I could take a Relentless Scubs, and that wouldn't be that much worse. I'd give it serious consideration if I didn't tap wrong. But I think that's going to make me play a little bit differently here. How it's going to make me play differently is that now my plan is just to put the Warhammer on my creature. And that's how I'm going to win. I'm not going to win with Noggle Bandit pokes. So I'm going to try to be aware of that, and in doing so, I'm not going to attack with the Hoverguard Observer. Bandit's still attacking because it's not really a great block. But I just don't want to take that 1 extra point of damage. I'm going to wait till my opponent's turn because I'm going to try to bait them. They're going to attack their child knight into my Zubera, and I'm going to block and then Warhammer. And then Torment, rather. Yeah, I should block first because if they have like a tap spell for my Zubera, I guess if they counter this, then I'll regret blocking first. No, I will block anyways. Alright, so they're gonna sack something. They discard a mountain. Okay. Then we make the trade. Opponent gains 2 life. I draw a card. And oh look, it's Nicol Bolas. Please don't mind rot me. Armored Transport. They did not mind rot me. Alright, do I cast Nicol Bolas? Oh, I finally drew this Hypervolt Grasp. I've been waiting for this. Okay, there are things... I can't kill my opponent this turn. There are things that could happen that could be really bad for me. on my opponent's turn, so I'm just going to do the most powerful thing I can think of, the thing that puts me the most out of reach, which is gaining 9 life. Okay, opponent concedes. Like, they could play Damnation, for example, and then go Damnation into like their own nickel bolas. Or they can play a giant haste creature. This would save me from a giant haste creature, gaining 9 life. Okay. How do I feel about that? Opponent has so many one-toughness creatures, and I really wish I were drawing my ways to punish them. I've got the Ick-Spitter to poke the one-toughness creatures. I mean, I guess Floating Dream Zubera blocks them only if they're attacking. Is it a punish? Also have the Hypervolt Grasp, but can I draw those things? Nope, I cannot. We've got good cards, we just kind of have to draw and play them in the right order. We could do Crater Maker. Let's do the Crater Maker. I'm gonna do it over the Zubera, but kind of just establish that that the Zubera is doing work. So maybe not. Maybe Crater Maker over Radical Idea. They just have so many things that are worth hitting between the Disciple and now the Stormkirk Captain. And the Crater Maker is another creature to get back. It definitely has downsides, but it also does stuff. It's hard to choose between those priorities sometimes. We're keeping 7. Certainly this can go badly. If the Facet Reader dies and then they play like something bigger than Crater Maker, I will be unhappy. But you know, that's how it goes. Not many hands you can hope for where if they interact well with your first 2 plays, then you're winning. We drew 2 more black cards. Lovely. What have you got? Please don't kill my Facet Reader. I'm okay with Font of Fortunes. You can draw 2 cards. Okay. They're drawing main phase. Does that mean they have a shock? Or some kind of red 1-drop? Interesting. Oh, okay. Well, we drew Jeskai Infiltrator. So we're gonna do Jeskai Infiltrator. They're gonna have to kill this guy instead of killing Facet Reader, and that's great for me. Alright, there's that Blood Veil Caves again. What have you got? Simic Signet. Okay. Do you have a way to block the Infiltrator? Do you have a Lightning Bolt? So I think we're going to activate Facet Reader here and dig for a land. Oh yeah, we got to manifest. And we... What? Wait, did I get this wrong? Oh, I forgot what this card does. It manifests the card of my library. Whoops, I totally forgot about that. Alright, so our Warhammer is stuck face down. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, look at that. We drew a swamp. How do I want to do this? I think just discard the Augur. And then play Vesper Ghoul. Having mana seems important. And also, you know, other things that are tempting for opponent to use removal spells. It's also important. Alright, I guess I didn't know what the rare that I was excited about was, did I? Said it was my favorite card, and now none of you believe me, because I've forgotten what it did. I got the gist right. Okay, opponent's on Thunderbrute. This time we are not paying the tribute. And it's going to gain haste. And haste isn't that great. Not one opponent's behind on board. If they attack me with their haster, I just manifest the Jeskai Infiltrator. Attack them back. Ooh, Nickel Bolas. Okay. What do I do here? So I've got 5 mana, which isn't enough to do the Crater Maker thing. I could play Hypervolt Grasp, but that seems bad. I want to make sure this trades for a card. I think I want a Crater Maker, but maybe I want to discard the Crater Maker to the Facet Reader. Alright, so I'm going to activate Facet Reader right away. Hello. Yeah, I'm discarding Crater Maker. I do control Swamp. This doesn't stop me from casting it, so gotta be careful about that. That might come up at some point if I somehow manage to cast that without a Swamp. No, actually I can't do that, can I? Well, I got 1 mana fixer. Killed your 5/5. Your go. Look at all that mana you have. But they don't have card advantage, despite them being the only player to play a card advantage spell this game. No, that's not true. That trigger was card advantage. Got me manifest. Alright, I feel like we're ahead here. This is good. They've got 4 cards in hand. We have 4 cards on the board. We have a value generator on the board, and we have expensive stuff in our hand for if they try to go over our head. They essence drain our manifest, and they missed. They hit the wrong one. They did not hit the Jeskai Infiltrator, which is, I think, pretty funny. We are going to attack with the Jeskai Infiltrator, just the Infiltrator. And do the trick. Turn it face up. Boom, boom, boom. Take 2. Manifest and shuffle. And we got a Noggle Bandit. Okay. And I think we're going to Facet Reader end of opponent's turn. Discard probably Hypervolt Grasp. Because I'd like to play, my 6/6. Opponent's got a lot of good cards, but I haven't seen any broken cards out of them. Opponent plays Crested Craghorn. Okay. What are you going to do with the Crested Craghorn? They're going to attack and trade it for my what? My manifest, and they're successfully hitting the Infiltrator this time. Okay. That's okay. I'm fine with them trading their 5-drop for my 3-drop. That seems like a fair trade to me. I don't have any 1-mana tricks, so I'm not going to dig. I'm going to wait to see if they play something else with their mana before activating. Okay. What do we want to do here? I'm going to discard Hypervolt? Or do I want to discard... I want to keep the land. Yeah, I'm going to discard Hypervolt Grasp. We don't need it. Not need it. Play the land, attack with Manifest and Facet Reader, and then play a 6-drop. They're not even representing cancel mana, and they could have. They just chose not to. That's kind of interesting. I would have represented cancel if I were my opponent. Play the 6/6. This has to be pretty close to the game being over. What have you got? Okay, sure. That's good. It's powerful. They killed my thing. Okay, nice. This is mana number 7. Attack with my manifest. Play the land. Play the 5/5. Don't want to trade off my Vesper Ghoul because I want to cast Nicol Bolas. All I need is a land, and I can do it. And looks like they don't have counterspell, so even better. And they don't noble the Nicol Bolas, so it's not like they're being sneaky and holding up negate. Oh, it's Keranos. Right, I said that they didn't have any broken cards. That was a lie. On the other hand, we're gonna borrow that. No! Steam Core Weird is killing my thing. What are you gonna kill? Don't kill my Vesper Ghoul, please. I want my Vesper Ghoul. They're killing Facet Reader. That's a reasonable choice. Activate Facet Reader. Discard the Zubera. Facet Reader down. And what do I want to do with my life now? Let's attack with Feral Abomination first. Make them block before they know what's going to happen. Okay, that got down. Okay, so I'm going to cast Bolas here. What am I doing with him? I probably just pick him up. So Bolas can destroy a non-creature permanent, but that's indestructible. You can control the 1/3, but that doesn't sound good. I'm going to kill the Simic Signet because Simic Signet is a good thing to sacrifice a Tormented Venom. And I don't want to minus it because then Keranos might bolt and it dies. Don't want it to die. Opponent reveals Elder Mastery. That's going to be fun. So that's the card. I opened that card in my first pack. That's why they're in Grixis, because I took Bolas and I passed Elder Mastery. Oh, God. What a crazy draft this was. Yeah, well, Elder Mastery is going to lose Nicol Bolas. What they're going to do here is they're going to spend all their resources killing Bolas, I suppose. But that's just not going to work out for them. If they do something, if they do anything, they can make me discard Tormented Venom, right? If they put the Elder Mastery on the Steam Core Weird and just attack me with it. But there's a problem with that is I can just have Bolas gain control of the Steam Core Weird and then hit them to 2. So that's not a way for them to win the game. But then if they hit Bolas, then I've got the Tormented Venom. I can go plus Bolas kill the Elder Mastery, and then that doesn't end well for them either because Tormented Venom makes them sack Keranos. Unless they, they can't afford to pay the 2 life. Right? So yeah, let's do that. So put it to 2. So this is going to destroy Elder Mastery. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Tormented Venom, 3 counters on a creature. Its control loses 3 life unless they sack a non-land permanent, which they can't do, or discard a card. They also can't do that. So yeah, they have to sack Keranos. And then we're going to not play Hoverguard Observer because we're afraid of Damnation or something like a Damnation. Don't really think there's a Black Planet Cleansing, but no, there's the one there's Hour of Devastation. That'll be bad. And breathe deeply. That's game. We got there. Yeah, Elder Mastery. Fancy card. Can do powerful stuff. Definitely not as good as Nicol Bolas. Moving on, match 2. Alright, let's go. What have we got here? Alright, we drew Faded Infatuation. We haven't cast that yet. Still may not cast it because it's triple blue. Definitely keeping this hand because it's got 2 good removal spells, so we're not going to die anytime soon. And that's mostly what this deck wants to do. Definitely awkward having this triple blue card and double black card in the same hand. How are we going to manage that? So I guess I play Island first and then Swamp and then Swamp. Faded Infatuation may just not be realistically happening. On the other hand, if it does work, it's probably going to be great. It's probably like a later in the game thing. We don't have to worry about it because we don't have a creature to copy. Okay, we found the island. It is castable. That should be nice. What else? Bunch on plains. Bunch on Lumen-Threaded Field. I'm okay with Lumen-Threaded Field. That is not very good against Hirobi's Whisper, and in fact they may be sacking it to Tormented Venom. Oh goody, we do that card. Oh, I forgot to do the thing I said I was hoping I wouldn't forget to do, which is examine if we should be playing this Noggle dude over the Gutter Skulk. I don't know. I'm expecting that blocking 2 drops is a good thing to do. Porcelain Legionnaire. Okay. 3/2 first strike is, that's no joke. We're gonna kill that. Now we've drawn the X-Bitter, and that makes me go, yuck, why do I not complain more about Lumen-Threaded Field? I'm just gonna kill that, and I want to do it on this turn because I don't want the opponent drawing a card that they would like to discard. But they'll just pay life, so that's fine too. Okay. Opponent's doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm also okay with that. Arch of Orozca is a card that's going to beat me in a long game, assuming I don't get to, kill it with Nicol Bolas. But in a game that's not super long, when they're under threat and when they're not playing creatures, it's not going to do very much. Opponent's got a Thalia. 3/3 first strike. Okay, we could kill that. I'm not sure we want to, but we could. Don't think I want to do it there. Survivor of the Unseen. Yeah, I want to be drawing cards, so I'm gonna play Survivor now. That seems like a reasonable course of action. So it's gonna enter tapped. I'm gonna take 3. I could even chomp with the Zubera right here. Just draw an extra card because that's what Survivor wants me to do. It wants me to have options and dig. I can pay 2 and leave out Hirobi's Whisper, which is nice. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna block. I had to think about, do I actually want to Faded Infatuation? And yeah, that's a way to do something. I don't know if it's good, but it's something. Where you can try to chomp with both of them in the same turn, but that's just too much work. I'll probably have a way to like remove one of them or something. Somehow. Opponent's gonna hit. They're gonna send. So Hirobi's Whisper has to be a serious consideration here. Well, we did this for a reason. Let's draw my card. Okay. Do I want to Hirobi's Whisper? They just might play something bigger. And then I feel dumb. I'm gonna pay the upkeep, and then have 3 mana available next turn, so I get Hirobi's Whisper next turn. But that might not be the same. X-Bitter is just lame against Lumen-Threaded Field. Alright, I'm doing it. I'm just killing it. It's I don't feel great about this about this choice. Oh, opponent has Saving Grasp. Okay, I didn't see that coming. That's why they were doing so much nothing. It's because they have reactive cards in their hand. Okay, well they're gonna have the flashback of Saving Grasp. I'll have to remember not to play into it, but I don't really have the cards that are capable of playing into it. And now opponent can spend 6 mana to draw an extra card every turn. Now they have the City's Blessing. Okay, we are definitely paying the upkeep here. Oh, I can activate it in response to the upkeep. That's kind of cool. And leave up red black. And what is happening here? Opponent disperses it. That doesn't seem that great to me. Well, I can activate it. Draw my card. Okay. Comes back to my hand. I get to see the thing that I just put on top. I can play Expediter. Expediter doesn't do very much. I'm not sure I want to do that, but I could do it. I've gotten into a lot of cards in my hand. I have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So next turn I could do like Fierce Invocation plus Survivor. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm going to Expediter here. Well, somehow hasn't dealt any damage to me. Well, that's at least a promising sign. Disperse is not really great in terms of card economy, but you know, when you've got Arch of Orazka, I'm not going to criticize your card economy. What you need is tempo. I'm criticizing the Disperse play because I'm not sure that bouncing my cumulative upkeep card is tempo. I'm also not sure it's card advantage, even though it's preventing me from drawing a card. It's only preventing me from drawing a card now. Alright, what are you going to do? Are you spending 6 mana to draw a card at sorcery speed? Looks like that is what's happening. And I also tapped their Cluestone for some reason. I would not do that. Does that mean they have no lands in their hand because they didn't play a land first? Those are 3 spells? They still didn't play a land. Because I would, if you had a land, you want to leave up a land, Cluestone, like land, Cluestone. They didn't do that, so I assume it's because they didn't have the choice. Ooh, Augur of Skulls. That's a good one. Okay. I'm gonna Invocation first. I guess I could like 2/3/2. I want to play my expensive thing. Oh, don't mana make me. Discard any number of cards. Counter a spell unless I pay mana for each card discarded. Okay, I thought I was being clever by not playing the land. I didn't want them to know I was going to play the Survivor, but instead I got mana leaked. I do not look clever. Okay. Fair enough, you got me. Now what? Do I Survivor? Do I just Augur? Yeah, I think I'm supposed to Survivor. I like that I can Fated Infatuation to copy my Expediter. That's another thing that seems reasonable. If it didn't have the Lumithired field, that would be enough to kill Thalia. Augur Skulls, I would like to kind of just, now that they've, I mean, they're always going to have cards in their hand because of the Arch. But I would like to be able to, no, I'm just going to use Augur to make them not deal damage to me with their creature, just regenerate over and over. What have you got? Are you gonna Arch Sorcery Speed again? They're doing well on card advantage, but they're not doing well in other departments. And if I, like, you know, I have cards in my deck that are really good. If I draw and stick a Nicol Bolas, just blow up the Arch. Oh, I forgot to ping. That was bad. If that happens, then all of a sudden I'm in really good shape. Fated Infatuation on the Survivor is not something I'm at all interested in, because I'm not going to, maybe on the very last turn. Ooh, Hypervolt Grasp. That's a good one. Also, it's got Skin Thinner. 1, 2, 3. I don't have enough to do the Skin Thinner thing, so I'm just going to play a land, play Augur. Just leave up mana for Augur. Play the Flash Reader. Maybe I should play the Morph here. I was thinking I'd be able to block with the Augur, but clearly I've forgotten how Thalia works. Cast Saving Grasp on Thalia. For what reason exactly? Well, that's a bit confusing. Did they want Morph to end up untapped? Maybe they have, I guess I should have pinged it. Maybe they have a Day of Judgment. They're just going to wrath me. I lose all my creatures. So they're like, oh, you tapped out of Augur? Silly you. Wow. Wow, they actually did it. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I kind of feel silly that they actually had the Fumigate. I really wasn't thinking about playing around Wrath when my opponent had a board when they have profitable attacks, and I didn't. But that totally makes sense, and they absolutely got me because I decided to play the Skin Thinner. And then I knew that card was on top of my deck. Wow. Yeah. Good for you, opponent. Yeah, you totally did it. You got me. Absolutely got me. I'm not dead yet, but that was... In fact, we both drawn the same number of cards, so I'm not even behind yet. Except in life total. Oh, Minesweeper. That's a terrifying card. That Minesweeper ends games very quickly. Do I have anything on my board that is good against Minesweeper specifically? None of these cards look great against Minesweeper. Except for maybe Goblin Crater Maker if I get them to tap out, which Minesweeper, to be fair, does encourage you to do. So are we making the same sideboard plan? I'm one. Ooh, I hit Font of Return. Okay. Now I have to decide if I should concede here, because the thing is, I don't really have a great plan for winning this game, and my opponent is going to get to see a bunch of cards. So, like, is there a way I could reasonably not lose? I guess this is... They're going to mill, let's see, 1, 2, 3 cards here, and then on top mill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. So if in those 5 cards they somehow don't mill 6 converted mana cost, then I guess I'm not dead. But otherwise, none of these things do anything. Because, you know, I'm going to font and then get it back and then have not enough mana left over to do anything. I should just concede. But there's a chance. There's a chance. There's a chance, so I think I'm gonna run with it. I do have 5 lands in my deck. They could just hit 5 lands. I feel like it's probably net negative value to concede, but we're probably just dead. And they're probably gonna like, oh, you got a bolas and a Lockstone Warhammer. Look at that. Oh man, we found about their Fumigate and their Mana Leak. Okay, they didn't mill us. They went for drawing a card instead of for information. I'm assuming that I'm gonna lose. I'm happy about that. Infiltrator Ilcore. There's another card that Goblin Crater Maker is good against. Maybe we should just be doing the Crater Maker thing. And it's expensive and bad, but it's happening anyways. Sounds very weird, but I think that's what we're going to be doing. Ooh, Winged Terron. That's a scary card as well. Big can have hexproof if they know we have removal. But yeah, they chose not to kill me, so we're not dead. Yet. I mean, we're pretty dead. Because now we're at... what? Why didn't they give the Terron hexproof? If I Faded Infatuation's morph, the token is just the token's just a 2/2, right? Doesn't actually kill things. What are the other options we've got here? So Skin Thinner, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So we unmorph Skin Thinner, kill the Mind Shrieker, chump Thalia with the Skin Thinner, take 3 from the Wingfold Terron, and then what? Alright, I think we're dead, so I'm going to do the Faded Infatuation, see what happens. Because I don't know how this interaction works. Oh, also this Infiltrator is coming off of Suspend, so there's no winning there either. Yeah, this morph just doesn't have another side. Okay. Yeah, we're dead. I can't stop all of these things at once. Okay. Okay. So I think something similar to what's happening last time. These 3 cards seem medium. Extremely medium. Crater Maker seems good. Flood Chaser seems good. We're still not playing main deck, but yeah, I think we're playing the Crater Maker main deck. In the other matchup, we brought in Noggle Bandit. Do I want Noggle Bandit here? Yeah, I want it against the controlling blue decks. Much better than Rush of Ice. Alright. They're a creature light deck playing Saving Grasp, so their card quality can't be all that high. We'll keep this. We've got Faucet Reader, and then the mana to cast it, and then once we cast it, we can start ditching these 6-drops or double black cards. So that's fine. Definitely not great because we only have 2 lands. But you can only... you can't ask all that much. You can't ask all that much more than having your best 2-drop and the mana to cast it on turn 2. My turn? Ooh, Swamp. I like the Swamp. Definitely want Swamp. That lets us cast Expitter on turn 3. Gets us towards Torment of Venom, and of course I want lands because I have 2 6-drops. Just all around good draw there. I see myself just attack with Facet Reader and play Expitter. Okay, no, not attacking with Facet Reader. Opponent's got the 2-mana 2/2 flyer. We're gonna Torment of Venom the turn after. That's okay. I'm gonna be aware of Fumigates, but you know, as long as they're playing to the board, we're not gonna be too aware. Maybe that's why they're playing Saving Grasp. I guess it is a combo. Return 2 of your things and then Fumigate. That's what they did. And maybe they're maybe they're very aware of their deck being creature light, and as a result, they're playing Saving Grasp to have more creatures in case their opponent has removal spells. My turn. We are gonna we do Crater Maker. Is Crater Maker better than Torment here? It might be. No, I want to use my mana. I'm gonna Torment that. I'm gonna attack with Facet Reader. I'm not gonna attack with Expitter. And this time I'm gonna remember to activate Expitter. They will scream while they last. Follow Sage. Okay. That guy needs to die. That's what Critter Maker's for. It's always awkward with looters when you have positions like this. 4 lands, 2 6-drops. So half of you wants to keep spells, so you have something to do, and half of you wants to search for lands so that you can cast your 6-drops. Font of Return. But see, if I cast Font of Return, then I'm committing to not playing a 6-drop on turn 6. So I have to Crater Maker. Crater Maker has to kill Follow Sage. Am I okay with discarding? Yeah, I'm okay with discarding Font of Return. Sure. Okay, I think I got a new plan here. I'm going to discard a 6-drop. My plan is to Font of Return, and then the Font of Return is going to return 3 creatures, which I'm going to have discarded to my Facet Reader. Okay, blow that up. Go. Can't have my opponent drawing cards. That's a little bit too good. Alright, there's the Infiltrator Elcor on Suspend. That's really interesting because that's got 1 toughness, and I've still got this Expitter here. Not going to do very much. That makes me scared to commit to the board because it kind of suggests that they're going to Fumigate next turn. I don't know how else to interpret that. I want to Font of Return, but I'm scared that my opponent's going to counter it with their Mana Leak that we know about. Activate Facet Reader. This Faded Infatuation is not doing anything, so we're going to discard it. Let's play Font of Return. You can counter it if you want to play the counter and then discard a card. I think I'm fine with that. Because it's not just Mana Leak, it's Mana Leak, discard a card. Okay. I have 2 creatures in my graveyard. I can discard a 3rd anytime I want. Survivor of the Unseen, obviously a lot worse when you don't have a lot of mana. So I'm not keen to play it, but I'm kind of low on cards, and so maybe it'll help me get out of this kind of situation. This opponent's got mana fixing too. Cool. I'm taking quite a bit of damage from this first wing. I've not managed to damage my opponent back much in return. What have you got? Have you got they just do nothing? Okay. I don't understand what that's about. Are they going to disperse my Expitter on my end step? That might be happening. Ooh, Hypervolt Grasp. That's good, but we're not going to do it yet. Like, the main reason this is good is because we want to be, like, teaming up to kill the first wing. But we want to prevent damage, and the way to prevent damage is killing the Elcor. So we're going to activate the Facet Reader. Probably discard the Flood Chaser. we're looking for an island. If we find the island, we're playing Hover Guard Observer. Yeah, okay, so we don't need that. And here's the Hover Guard Observer. So now if they have the Disperse for the X-Bitter, and the Hover Guard Observer sticks and interferes with the first wing. Pretty sure. I think there's a pretty decent chance we're getting dispersed here. Okay. Do we want to ping it on their upkeep? Yeah, we probably want to ping it on their upkeep in case they draw Saving Grasp. Why do I think this had 4 power? I guess I was looking at the mana cost. I see 4 in blue and I think it's a 4/1. Alright. X-Bitter. Get him. Get him, get him, get him. Something's happening. Oh no. They gave it Vigilance. And an extra toughness. Well, on the other hand, they could have put that Tricopian Slight on their... No, they can't put that Tricopian Slight on first wing. So first wing has protection from enchantments. Hypervolt Grasp says the creature deals damage, not Hypervolt Grasp deals damage. That's a good sign. I still might get dispersed in response to Hypervolt Grasp, which is very annoying. And maybe even game losing given that they have a 4-power attacker. Please tap out. Okay, I'm gonna Hypervolt Grasp on the Hover Guard Observer. The thing is, I want to use this tap ability because I want to find a land so I can drop Warhammer on my next turn. Yes, this goes really badly if they have Disperse, but if they have Disperse, then I can't do the Warhammer thing, so I'm going to lose. So please just do nothing. Okay, they did nothing. And I need to not activate this now because I want the opponent to... yeah, I want that Observer available to block the first wing. So I'm going to wait until we're in combat to use it. Opponent plays Mind Shrieker. Okay. Card's really good, but it's less annoying than usual when I have 2 pingers on the battlefield. Opponent plays Vulpikeet on... Jeez. Okay, I don't think I can win the game if my opponent is allowed to do that. So we're going to kill that guy. We're going to take 4 from the Infiltrator. We're going to activate Facet Reader, look for a land. Hopefully find the land, and then put the Warhammer, discard the Survivor of the Unseen. We found it. Oh yeah. Okay, that's step 1. I forgot to ping again. I'm so bad with the pingers. Oh gosh. I'm going to play this mountain. If there's a time you want double mountain, it's when you've got Hypervolt Grasp active. Warhammer. And stick Warhammer on the Facet Reader because I need the other guys untapped to ping down the Infiltrator. Attack with it. If you want to trade it for either of your flyers, that's something that can happen. But I am going to gain 4 life if you do that. I'm okay with this trade. That seems acceptable to me. Your turn. Again, not using the tap ability. Yes, I'm exposing myself if my opponent draws a trick, but I do want to block Vulpikeet. I am only at 8 after all. I feel my position is fairly precarious. So probably going to put Warhammer on the Hoverguard Observer and then attack with it. Poke. Poke again. Are we doing it? Please don't play your blue Titanic Growth. Opponent plays Deputy of Acquittals and returns it to their hand. That doesn't seem great to me because it's not gonna do very much. It's a 3/1. They can play it. They can play it, but at the end of the day, it is a 3/1. It is going to die. Need to keep gaining life, so we're going to put the Warhammer on the Hoverguard Observer. Hoverguard Observer is going to fly in for 6-point life-linking damage, and at the end of the opponent's turn, we're going to sack Font of Return and return some things. I think we got this game. There were some close moments, but this card is very good. I don't know what the person who passed that to me took over it, but I bet it wasn't as good as this card. And Hypervolt Grasp, the card I wasn't sure about, it's doing work. Pingers are good, especially in multiples. Alright, we got there. We killed them. We dealt with their Mind Shrieker. They didn't play the most cleverly about the Mind Shrieker. We don't really have any other ways to deal with it. I guess we can Sudden Storm it. That doesn't seem very good. We're not a tempo deck. We can't really take advantage of that. We need a Skin Thinner or Whisper or Tormented Venom. Ooh. Okay. This is a pretty good hand. Island Swamp, 2-drop, 3-drop, 3-drop, good 5-drop. We haven't cast this card yet. I swear it's good. Sounds good to me. Again, faced with the issue of don't know whether or not to play Facet Reader on 2. You kind of want to play the 2-drop on 2, but Jeskai Infiltrator gets a lot better if you don't play it. I think I'm not going to play it unless my opponent plays a 2-drop that lines up well against the Infiltrator. Opponent exiles Infiltrator Elcor. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing it. Oh, good. Hypervolt Grasp. All we need to do is draw the mountain. I'm not going to Facet Read. We're fine. Could totally be wrong here. But more confident versus the other opponent. You know, could just get it countered and then feel dumb that we don't have the Facet Reader on the battlefield. Okay, what you got? You gonna counter it? Maybe they got the Mana Leak, discard a card. I'm okay with that. I'm okay if it's a 2-for-1. Not really pleased that I didn't draw land either of those draws. I will probably play Facet Reader over Noggle Bandit. If I do draw land, assuming it's not a mountain, I will still probably play Hoverguard Observer because that's a lot of power to put on the board. It's interesting that they were thinking there. They appeared to have tanked before letting the Infiltrator resolve. Does that mean they have an answer to it? Or maybe they just have all good cards in their hand? And they have the mana leak that makes them discard a card. And they're like, ooh, do I really want to discard my good cards? Not sure what that's about. Or maybe they just, like, they have an answer and they're not sure if they want to commit, like a Sandblast or something. They're not sure if they want to commit to Sandblasting it. Okay. We get to manifest. What do we hit? We hit a swamp. We hit the card that we wanted to draw so we could do something. Alright, fine. Well, there we have it. I do in fact feel really dumb for not playing Facet Reader on turn 2, and I might lose the game because of it. I was just thinking in my head, well, what if they play Thalia? Then I'm not going to be able to hit and make an extra creature. That would be bad, but not drawing a 4th land is worse. And we're actually on a clock because of this Infiltrator. I should have seen the Infiltrator and changed my mind. But like, actually it matters if we're too slow. Please draw land. Ah, good, we drew land. I think I'm just going to... no, I should probably Facet Reader first. Maybe I Hoverguard Observer then. Can we ever win this race? The opponent kills us in 5 hits. This is 5. We kill opponent in 4 hits. 5, and then play this, and then 8, and then 8. Yeah, actually we're ahead on board, or ahead in the race. I changed my mind. I'm gonna make my opponent do something. Even if they have a counterspell for the observer, we're winning the race. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked the Facet Reader. I know they have Deputy of Acquittals in their deck. What? Okay, so opponent played Disappearing Act. It's the cancel return permanent control to your hand, and they didn't return a land. They returned their 5-drop. So now they don't have a 5-drop. They've got Mineshrieker, and they play a 2/2. That's fine. They don't have another land, so you know what? They should have returned their land with a Disappearing Act instead of doing this. I'm going to attack with both of these. Should I activate Facet Reader first? If they do a very silly block, I might Noggle Bandit. I'll wait to see how they block. Okay. So I think what I want to do is just do this. I'm not scared of the Mineshrieker killing me. I guess it could hit 6-drop, 6-drop. But I don't die if they hit 6-drop, 6-drop. Let's activate Facet Reader. I'm more likely to do the plan if I draw a 6-drop here. Oh, we drew a mountain. Okay. Drawing the mountain, that's like change of plan for me. Totally pivot. We can Hypervolt Grasp the Mineshrieker. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna Hypervolt that. Yeah, that's my plan. I can wait another turn because I have this mountain. We hit Survivor of the Unseen. Opponent cannot kill me. They can get close to doing it, but they can't literally kill me. And then things turn out poorly for them after that. I know they have a 5-drop in their hand. They got that Infiltrator that they bounced. We'll see if they play the Infiltrator. I assume they're not just going to try to kill me with Mineshrieker, but maybe they will. Okay. +2/+2. If they pump it again, it dies to Hypervolt. Can't remember if I said this or not. The turn I attack with Faster Reader, I absolutely should not have done that because they could have Deputy of Acquittals. I should have known better than to not play around that card. Okay. Porcelain Legionnaire is a reasonable thing on the battlefield. My turn. Hypervolt, not on the Infiltrator, on the other dude. And just poke that Mind Shrieker before it can untap. I can Font, or I probably just want a Facet Reader. And then they need to deal with this, or it's just going to kill the Legionnaire. And now, yeah, now we just got him. Yeah, so that's why I waited on not Hirobi's grasping on past turn, because this is pretty good. What's happening here? Infiltrated all cores going back on suspend. Well, they better deal with my Hypervolt Grasp. They better deal with it before that comes down. Discarded the Infatuation. This Infatuation has not been good so far. Not been good at all. Maybe I should just, like, kill it. Okay, what do we got here? We're absolutely going to kill Porcelain Legionnaire before they have a chance to untap. And then Torment of Venom. Or do we Relentless Scabs? Maybe they trade. I'm okay with trading. Wait, that isn't even a trade. I'm okay with this quote-unquote trade. If they want to block and then just unmorph it. I'm fine with this. That seems acceptable. Opponent, again, kind of should have seen that as a reasonable possibility. I'm not activating Facet Reader to leave up Hypervolt Grasp because I want to keep the Grasp around because I know they have that one toughness creature on suspend. And I'm starting to feel pretty confident about this now that we've got the Infiltrator unmorphed yet again. Opponent plays Wee Dragonauts. That is a scary card. That is a card that can kill you out of nowhere. So I'm going to respect it. Lunatic Field. Okay. Okay, so I guess the Infiltrator is going to hit me. Ooh, Crater Maker. So 3 mana for Hirobi's Whisper, 3 mana for Crater Maker. So I'm going to discard the School because it's too slow. And then hope I draw a land. And we did. We drew a land. Hirobi's Whisper. Kill that dude. Attack with all 3 of these guys. We get to do the Infiltrator thing again. Infiltrator's so good. What did we get? We got Flood Chaser. That's not good. That's not a 6-drop when it's face down. That's a 0/0. 5th manifested creature this game. And again, putting the stop in an upkeep so they don't draw an answer, because I'm actually expending a card to deal with this. Go away. Oh, worked. Okay. I know they've been hoarding a card too, so I was kind of expecting that to not work. And they'll be like, here's my saving grasp. And we did it. We took the match. 2-0. Excited. Oh, wait. I said I was going to make changes. I'm going to remember this time. Man, I almost forgot again. So we've been siding up this and the Gutter Skulk And thinking about Faded Infatuation, we've also been siding a radical idea. Cards I want to side in are Crater Maker, and I don't want to side in Flood Chaser. That actually doesn't seem great. Doesn't seem very good if my opponent does not have islands. Not doing that. Noggle Bandit. What other good targets for Faded Infatuation do I have? Feral Abomination, Relentless Gobs are actually really good. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna cut these two cards for these two cards. Alright. End boss. Let's see what we got here. This hand is, well, we're gonna find out how good Rush of Ice is. Do I keep it? I mean, it's got a bunch of uncastable cards. That's a pretty good reason to mulligan. What do I need for this hand to be good? I need to draw a blue creature, which I have a whole bunch of. That would be a way to make this hand good. Could draw a mountain and one other land, or could draw two swamps. I'm going to keep it. I don't know. I feel like if I get to cast Rush of Ice, I'll probably be fine. I just have to get to that point. This is a greedy keep. It's absolutely a greedy keep, don't get me wrong. I don't like mulliganing. I got one of my best cards in my hand, and I haven't cast this card yet. Okay, and opponent goes Mountain 1-drop. If there's anything that makes me regret keeping a hand that doesn't do anything by itself, that's going to be it. Fortunately, I drew the card I was hoping for, a blue castable creature. With any luck, it's, it's going to get bolted. But, we need a road bump, and we need something in the graveyard. But Scob had the 1-drop, but no 2-drop. That's a good sign. That's a big sigh of relief over here. Definitely the scariest thing about a 1-drop is having it followed up with a 2-drop. What have you got? Anything fancy happening here? Maybe a 3-drop. Dragon Soul Knight, 2/2 first strike. Sure. So they can, they can attack with this, and then if I block, then they ping, and the Infiltrator trades for the Firebrand. So don't really want to trade Infiltrator for Firebrand, but I will attack with just Infiltrator if they give me a clear shot. So opponent maybe wants to be a little careful if they don't have another good drop. Maybe just want to not attack. They don't want to give me a 2/2. Okay, they have a removal spell. That's fine. I can accept that. I'm down to 15, but opponent's down to 3 cards. Ooh, we do Warhammer. Okay, so Warhammer's really good, but we need to have a land. So we're gonna anticipate instead of playing the Warhammer. Try to find a land. We found bolas. We're not taking that. Noggle Bandit and Facet Reader. Take the Facet Reader because we can play it immediately, which means it can prevent a damage from the Firebrand. Facet Reader can, first of all, it can wear the Warhammer, and secondly, it can maybe loot and find me a castable spell. It's not really going to be able to attack through the Dragon Soul Knight, but the Dragon Soul Knight maybe isn't attacking me if I have the Warhammer available. They have a forest, and okay, I was afraid I was getting ready to complain. They just hit their splash color, but they may be straight Naya. Huh. Okay. That's got vigilance. Do I want to activate Facet Reader now? No, I don't. I really don't. I'm going to play the Warhammer. And the reason I don't is because I actually just want to block the Firebrand. I'm not feeling too excited about how this game is going, but the Rush of Ice might get me somewhere. Opponent needs to play something that can block the Facet Reader through the Rush of Ice, or I'm about to gain 4 life. I don't like this. I'm at 7. I'm not not peachy. But they pass the turn with 6 mana. That probably means that this guy's dying, so I really want... Yeah, that was what I wanted. I'm discarding Font of Return. That was what I wanted, yep. Play the land. Play Relentless Scobs. 4/4 and dying. And I'm rather hoping that this holds off my opponent's everything. This is the point where the tide turns. Very aware that them passing with that much mana open probably means they have removal, but hopefully it's not exile removal, it's like a heat ray or something, and that's why I'm playing the Scobs over the Fierce Invocation, because if it's, as long as there's not exile removal, it is really bad versus Relentless Scobs. The Scobs just come back. They pass the turn, probably because they see that there's no way for them to do anything productive. Okay. What have you got? Are you attacking? Opponent does not attack. So I have to decide, do I want to attack my Scob? It's not obvious to me if I want to do that or not. Could also consider rushing of Ice it. I think I'm going to attack. This could go badly for me for sure. But they have to use a card to remove this. And unless they're playing the long con and they have the instant speed exile removal now. Okay, they got outnumber. So they're able to outnumber it and then block with Dragon Soul. Okay, fine. You did it. Scobs comes back as a 5/5, play my land. Stick the Warhammer on again. I could stick the Warhammer on the Faucet Reader. I'm sure some of you are getting pissed at me because I keep saying the Faucet Reader with a long A like it's a bathroom fixture. Oh well. Not doing it on purpose, I'm just sleepy. Angel Fire Crusader. 4 mana 2/3 with fire breathing. Okay. My turn. I am going to Crater Maker. So the question is, do I play around another removal spell? Like a shock, right? Because if they have the shock, or no, a lightning bolt, I just don't think they have it, because I don't think they had the outnumber. They probably would have outnumbered my looter and not let me draw a card. So I think they kind of top decked the outnumber. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Rush of Ice. We're going to tap the thing that by itself trades for my dude. Animate my land. So my land can block as a 3/3. Either in case this goes wrong or in case this goes fine. Not attacking with the land. I guess we're not keen to trade off the land because we have the Warhammer, but yeah, this Warhammer is just going to go all the way unless opponent's got something real good. But yeah, if they've got Bolt, then they kill my Scobs. Wow, do they have it? No, they're giving me a good trade maybe. I'm gonna hit the Seeker first because we have this Crater Maker and deal 2 to the Dragon Soul Knight. Nope, we're working fine. We are gaining 8. Oh yeah. So I was definitely thinking about kind of doing this a little bit differently, where I play the Crater Maker first to make sure the Crater Maker can kill the Dragon Soul Knight. But I didn't have a great way to use my mana if I did that, and I was worried that that would give them the turn they need to draw an actual answer to my tempo play, and I didn't like how low my life total was. Now my life total is at 15. I'm okay taking a risk or two. Angel Fire Crusader, still kind of irritating. Still gonna discard. What do I do here? Yeah, I don't want Vesper Ghoul. So the reason to keep this is that I'm gonna draw a swamp and then I can play Vesper Ghoul and then I have access to my double black cards. But I don't know. That seems a little bit roundabout. Well, drew the swamp. Rip. I put Warhammer on the Facet Reader and have the Facet Reader do its thing. I want to have the island here. Island's going to block their Angel Fire Crusader. Definitely have to play the swamp. I want to play the Crater Maker before I attack in case they have a pump spell. Don't really feel like trading my Facet Reader for Titanic Growth if I don't have to. So Crusader can't attack profitably. That's good. Everything's going fine. I may take a turn off from attacking to play Fierce Invocation because I still do not want to trade the Facet Reader. On the other hand, could just put the Warhammer on the island and attack the island. But I don't feel like taking 7, but I don't know. If I'm gaining 6 life, I can probably afford to take 7. Opponent's got Mog War Marshal for all the 1/1s. Okay. Bit annoying. Oh, good. We need a swamp. I like that. Yeah, I'll trade this. If opponent wants to trade for Angel Fire, that seems okay. I kind of just want the Angel Fire gone. I am still feeling the after effects of the pressure of being at very low life totals. I could Torment here and just have it survive, but I don't know. I feel like I should save Torment, save my remove or something that's like actually threatening my well-being. Do I equip the Warhammer to the Crater Maker? I don't know. I don't want to do any of this. I'm just gonna pass. I'm not being threatened. I'm okay. I'm not at 7. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay, what do we got? Opponent's tapping a ton of mana. Just gain 5 life. Well, that's not really a big deal. We can whisper at that, or we can just ignore it, play the invocation. I'm gonna loot here. Probably discarding whatever we're drawing, because I can't actually think of anything I would want to keep over the cards that are already in my hands. But I didn't think about it too hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I would take bolas if that was the option. Okay, I'm gonna leave up Hirobi's Whisper. Actually, no, I don't want to leave up Hirobi's Whisper. I want to pay to equip the Warhammer. So this manifest guy can just get in there. Opponent may try to trade with the Bulwark Giant and then discover that Bulwark Giant is getting Hirobi's Whispered and then be unhappy. They also might try to quad block, and that's also going to turn out poorly for them. Yeah, no profitable attack. Don't have to make the looting decision here. Now we've drawn Faded Infatuation. Once again, kind of don't have any great targets for it. There are great targets in the deck, they just don't have them. Can make a 2/2. Can just loot it away. That's also a possibility. Yeah. Alright, opponent, show me how you block. I want to use up my creatures. Lots of ways for me to manipulate this well to my advantage. If you block like that, I'm just going to Torment Venom your Bulwark Giant. you probably sack the Mog War Marshal. Just take 1 extra damage that way. That's better than losing life. No, they discard a mountain. Okay. They decide 1 life is more valuable than the mountain in their hand. Reasonable. And do I want to move the Manifest? No, I think I'd rather keep up Faded Infatuation. Not sure why, but it might matter. Opponent's casting something very expensive. What the? Razia. Okay. 8 mana, 6/3. A flying Vigilance Haste. Tap the next 3 damage that we dealt to target creature you control with turns dealt to another target creature. Okay. Yeah, that's a good card. Good thing we're at 32 and not 7, because we would be in trouble. Maybe I should have sacked the Crater Maker to kill the Falcon. The opponent's probably thinking, oh, phew, good thing we beated out that Tormented Venom. But in reality, we just have 2 removal spells. So it doesn't work like that. You can activate the Facet Reader. Discard that Swamp, we don't need that. Do we want Infatuation? No. Untap. I activate Facet Reader here because we could hit Bolas. And if we hit Bolas, I'm just gaining control of Razia. That sounds better. Sounds better. No, we're discarding an island. Okay. Hiropi's Whisper. Let's kill Razia. Opponent's going to activate Razia in response. Dealt to target creature you control. And then I guess whatever they target, then if they target the Falcons, then we pop Crater Maker and kill the Falcons. So Falcon's down. Then we get to attack with 7/4, and I think the game's over. I guess we could have, Crater Makered there with the Faded Infatuation, but I'm still holding out hope that we draw a Feral Abomination or something. Doesn't really matter. Like, opponent has to Wrath us basically, and that's kind of why I didn't do it. This game is not gonna turn out badly unless all my things die. If all my things die, I would rather not just play another 2/2. 2/2 is not relevant when I'm at 33. Okay. So if I attack with this, opponent's not dead. It's 7, but they just put 3 toughness in front of it and they don't die. So I'm going to activate this. That didn't get me anywhere. All right. Trade? You trading? Opponent is trading. Opponent goes to 2. Facet Reader picks up the Warhammer. And I assume this game's over. Facet Reader has drawn us a bunch of cards. And I'm sorry I doubted you, Facet Reader, because it almost lost us the game that we did not play the Facet Reader on turn 2. Okay, so if we Infatuation here, do we win the game then? Because opponent has to win the game to not lose here. So his opponent's got nothing. To not lose, opponent needs to prevent 3 trample damage, so it means triple block. So I am gonna Infatuation and then swing with my 1/2. Just a flash 3 mana 1/2. But that's how I get lethal. Game. Unless I counted wrong. I'm pretty tired. I could be counting wrong. Okay. Game. Did we do it? This is a deck where I might actually want Gutter Skulk, because Gutter Skulk is good against some of the things my opponent has, like their 4 mana 2/2s, or Mog War Marshal. I mean, it's not good against everything they have. It's not good against Angel Fire Crusader. It's not good against Dragon Soul Knight. Oh, I totally missed that they could do that. But it... Okay. Alright, yeah. No, I missed that. I missed that they could do that. I missed that they could prevent 2 damage with that dude simply by sacrificing the Firebrand to get a counter. Okay. Alright, sideboarding. How do we want to do this? Yeah, I want this Gutter Skulk. I actually think I want Blackwater Elemental. This opponent has a bunch of like 3/3s. Blackwater Elemental is really good against 3/3s. I do not want Noggle Bandit. We're not racing this opponent. We're blocking. Oh yeah, I'm blocking. I'm excited to be blocking. Blocking is an excellent thing to do. Resetting out Hoverguard Observer. Opponent's playing Messenger Falcon. Hoverguard Observer is good versus that. Bad versus everything else. I'm gonna set out Font of Return. I think it's nice that their bomb has 3 toughness and dies Tormented Venom. Yeah, I think we're in good shape in any game that goes to card advantage because they're playing things like Fanatical Firebrand. So we're gonna make those exchanges to make sure that we don't lose in short games. Honestly, could bring in Fang Skulk in, but that's a lot worse versus Mog War Marshal, so I'm a lot less inclined to do that one. Okay, so Gutter Skulk gets its redemption. So does Blackwater Elemental, which I took pretty early in the draft. And I'm daily hoping it's going to be good here. Rush of Ice also got its redemption that game. It wasn't showing up at a good time in the previous games, but there it showed up. Tapped that Angel Fire Crusader, just got me the life I needed. So it was pretty good. Let's see if we can take the trophy. Alright, we got our 3 bombs in our hand, and we are mulliganing them away, unfortunately. We need to cast spells. That hand does not cast spells. Oh, good. We got the Faded Infatuation, which I keep asking if I'm going to take out, but never do. We're going to keep this. This has a castable spell, so it's getting kept. Floating Dreams and Barra lines up very well versus Fanatical Firebrand. Thank you very much. Hand's bad. Faded Infatuation. It's probably got to go. Just bring in Fang Skulkin. Or a Morph even. Maybe that's it. Maybe bring in the Morph. But anyways, we have to lose this game to get there. So let's not worry about that yet. What are you gonna do? Oh yeah, we stonewalled their Fanatical Firebrand. And they did not play a 3rd land, so we're going to play our top deck Loxodon Warhammer. Oh, yes. I am excited. Are you excited, opponent? You get to play against Loxodon Warhammer again. I'm very excited. What have you got? You got Dragon Soul Knight? Need something that lines up well versus this card. And then, oh, Stone Rain. They're Stone Raining my island. Okay. Alright. I'll give it to you, opponent. That does line up well versus my Loxodon Warhammer. I can't do anything. Yeah, well played. Well played, opponent. Okay. I did not expect that, but it worked very well. What else do you have? Messenger Falcons. Okay. I will be okay attacking Floating Dreams Ubera with Warhammer into Messenger Falcons. Assuming we ever draw another land. I like that I've got Herobi's Whisper. Let me organize this. Okay, so Faded Infatuation is never going to cast. That's a 6-drop. That's a double blue card. And then we got 2 red cards. So all these cards in our hand are going to be very difficult to cast. Please don't play Dragon Soul Knight. I can deal with I can deal with most things. Just I want something I can attack in. Oh, Tender Shoot Giant. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. That's a bomb. Do we have anything in the sideboard that deals with Tender Shoot Dryad other than Reprobation? Okay. That's a problem. That's absolutely a problem. We're gonna Hirobi's Whisper that. Assuming we draw a land, we probably lose if we don't draw a land here. Yeah, that doesn't feel good. And now they ascended, and yeah, this game is gonna be out of control. I'm not happy. Losing to Stone Rain does not feel good. Okay. Opponent deserves it. They deserve to win. Maybe I want to side out Faded Infatuation for a land. I am 100% blocking now. My priority has changed to killing Tender Shoot Dryad. Can't win if I don't kill Tender Shoot Dryad immediately. Drew the Gunner Skulk, of course. Like, literally, I can't win if we don't draw land here. They just have lethal. Fortunately, we do. Dryad down. We still take 9 damage. Don't know how we're getting out of this one. I think we're dead. Yeah, I'm just going to side this out for a mountain. Oh, there's the Dragon Soul Knight I didn't want to see. There's... So, Rush of Ice the 2/2. Play Gutter Skulk. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. Alright. Faded Infatuation, you have failed me. I did not... I mean, I guess I got to play it once and it did kind of something. You are not worth your slot. I was hoping it would be better. I was hoping I would get to cast it on, you know, one of my good things. But I did not. I was also hoping I would not lose a game versus an aggro deck in which I drew Lockstone Warhammer in time, but that felt bad. Try not to be a little too tilted, yeah. Take a deep breath. Not do Greedy Keep. This hand looks good. Got lands of 2 different colors. I've got a card that... Let's call this a removal spell. This is a removal spell. It trades for their 3/3. Something like that. Got a castable filtering card. Got delay. And got top hand. Okay, we're not rushing that. We're going to use Rush of Ice to get a 3/3 this game. I take 1. You did it. They're seeing this Firebrand a lot. Missed the 2-drop again. What do we hit here? We hit Jeskai Infiltrator. And we hit Relentless Scabs. Oh man. I'm going to take Jeskai Infiltrator. Mainly because I have Rush of Ice. And, you know, also I don't want to take another 5 when I've got an expensive thing. I got 2 expensive things. I played the wrong line there. I should have played Swamp. In case they have Stone Rain, then they're going to try to Stone Rain the thing I have less of, and I don't want them Stone Raining my Swamp. If they attack, do I block? I don't think so. I don't think I've seen a trick that wins that combat for them, but I don't want to find one. What have you got? Do you have a removal spell? They do. Street Spasm. Okay. That's fine. I'm okay with this. That was a good outcome for me. I'm gonna hide this mountain from my opponent's Stone Rain. Stone Rain can kill the mountain that I awaken onto from Rush of Ice. That's interesting. Gotta remember not to attack with Blackwater Elemental. Ooh, Augur Skulls. Do I just take that, or do I Rush of Ice? I think I just play the Augur. Right? This is good. Decent. I don't think I need to keep it around, but I'm gonna sack it on my upkeep. Assuming my opponent does something relatively normal, I'm gonna sack it on my upkeep. And sorry if I've been a little quiet there. Basically, I'm hoping I get rid of some situational things that might be good against the cards I have in my hand that they don't know. Like, they haven't seen Feral Abomination. They might be holding a Stone Rain, and that's good against either my Mountain or my Rush of Ice. That's mainly what I'm thinking about. Yes, they can hit me with their Messenger Falcons. I'm okay with being hit by Messenger Falcons. That seems fine. What have you got? They play something powerful here, you know, I could be in trouble. They're playing Minister of Impediments. Okay. I'm gonna sack the Augur. I don't want to give them choices. I want this Augur to trade for cards. They discard 2 mountains. It's not what I wanted to see, but, you know, they've got Razia. So I got this Crater Maker. Do I just Crater Maker trade for the Falcon? Or do I play my 5/5? I should probably just do the thing that uses my mana. And I know they're gonna impediments. They're gonna impede it. I know they're gonna do that. But I have to have my thing out there so that I can impede it. And if I get in a situation where I can trade Rockwater for Minister of Impediments, I will absolutely do that. No question. Okay, opponent's got a 4/3. Sacrifices their creature. That seems alright to me. Trades for Brockwater. Seems fair. Here, do I want a Crater Maker or do I want to rush? I think I'm going to Rush of Ice. See if they use Minister of Impediments. And I'm doing this for mostly mana efficiency. Because I foresee a world in which I want to do Crater Maker, sack it, plus something else next turn. And my life total doesn't seem to be that threatened. Now, the Minister of Impediments definitely very annoying because it can, like, you know, tap one thing and then they untap and then tap a different thing. Okay, opponent plays Torn of Stone. That's the last card. I might have to Crater Maker the Impediments. I'm hoping, can I draw a Pinger maybe? Pinger would be good. Okay, that's not a Pinger, but that is good. It is good. You're gonna impede me. Okay, opponent impedes me. Play land. Morph my Skin Thinner. Play Crater Maker, and I have to decide now, what do I want to do with the Crater Maker? So opponent could have Minister of Impediments tap the Blackwater, and then what I can do is I can block with Crater Maker and sack Crater Maker, like block Thermopod with Crater Maker, sack Crater Maker, kill the Messenger Falcon. If they top deck Titanic Growth, this is bad for me. But otherwise, it seems kind of fine, and if they just do it like this, then I deal damage, and this prevents the most damage to my face. Alright. Not much is happening there. We're going to let them tap my Abomination, and then I think we're going to Skin Thinner Minister of Impediments on their turn. But only, only on their end step. I'm kind of afraid of Razia, because what if they just do that and I've used all my removal? That would suck. What have you got? You've got Harvest Hands. It's a 3-mana 2/2. Returns to the battlefield and gives a creature +1/+1. And if it's a human, which they have a human, then it gets Menace. Are you attacking with Thermopod? Opponent does not attack with Thermopod. Yeah, Skin Thinner, turn the face up, go away, Minister of Impediments. You're really annoying. I like my 5/5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 7 mana. Sure, does not matter. Does not matter at all. We got Vesper Ghoul. I'm going to attack the Abomination. If opponent wants to double block, I'm okay with that. And then they can attack me, but I can make this trade. And I'm going to do that thing I talked about previously, which is holding up Counterspell for no particular reason. Because, sometimes you got to respect cancel. And I can make them do something dumb, and then when there's literally no cost, I'm going to do it. Opponent's got Mog War Marshal. That's a pretty good card. That's probably good enough to make me not attack this turn. Because there's no point in just attacking the Abomination and they chump it with their War Marshal, giving them a chance to make a good attack on me. If I draw Bolas, I can cast it. Nope, no Bolas. I'm going to not play a land, or no, I'm going to play a land because I know they've got like Stone Rain, and I know they have other stuff. Do I attack with their Abomination? Like, it's not terrible to make this attack. No, I'm not attacking. Look, I'm the control deck. I don't want to give my opponent good trades. I'm eventually going to draw something better. Assuming they don't draw Razia, which is at least... Uh-oh, they played a land. That's not good. Razia might happen next turn. I'm kind of scared. Come on, deck, give me something. That's not very good. Go ahead, opponent. I feel like I have to play a mountain because I have things that... I have the Hypervolt, which if I have that, I'll be glad I could be glad to play the mountain. Also, if I Stone Rain, I'll be glad to be able to cast Bolas without paying a life for the Vesper Ghoul. Here, I'm just going to hold it. Oh, I think they have Razia. I'm so sad. Don't do it, opponent. Don't do it. Don't do it. 1/3. Okay, I can deal with a 1/3. I mean, I can't deal with it, but I can stand for it. Come on, deck. Give me something. Oh, a way to deal with a 1/3. That's nice. That's pretty nice. All of a sudden, I'm winning the race. Opponent may be tempted to suicide in the harvest hand, because if they do that, then they can put the equipment on the Skyblade, and the Skyblade can block the Hover Guard safely. A reason to play land I did not think of. So I could draw in. No, wait, I can't draw anticipate. And I sided out my other card draw card. Opponent still does not attack with Skyblade. That's interesting. They're ahead of me on creatures. Okay. We drew Fierce Invocation and play land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did we get? We got a swamp. Well, I certainly didn't want to draw that, so I'm reasonably happy with my choice. And Fierce Invocation, while definitely not one of my best draws, I'm happy to have a 4/4. May have to start attacking soon, but don't really have great attacks and don't want to pop their harvest hand for them. Although they're not attacking me to try to pop it, and they're not attacking with Skyblade. They probably just have Razia, which is really frustrating because I'm not drawing anything. What happens if we attack Feral Abomination? Option 1, the chump with Harvest Hand. Option 2, the chump with Mog War Marshal. Yeah, no, I just don't want to do it. I want to hold these things until like I draw a Lockstone Warhammer. Finally opponents starting to hit in with the Skyblade. Took them a little while. I wish I had Font of Ire in my deck, because now I'm going to draw Gutter Skull. It could be sad. Not Font of Ire, Font of Return. Alright, I'm going to attack with a Manifest. Floating Dream Zubera is a good enough chumper that I kind of want my opponent to be making trades. Could attack with both, but I'm a little bit annoyed by some of the possibilities. I probably should be attacking with both. I just don't want to take too much damage. I'm just scared. Do I have any enchantments I care about? I have Hypervolt Grasp. I care about that. Okay, that's a kind of aggressive block. I'm gonna not kill the Harvest Hand. Interesting choices here. Because I don't want them putting the equipment on the Skyblade. Allowing them to do that just seems a little bit unnecessary. Glad to kill the Keening Apparition. Alright, come on, deck. You gotta give me a card I can play here. Lots of good things in my deck. Oh geez, opponents. This is probably Bulwark Giant. Yes, it is. Come on, deck. Give me something good. I got lots of good things. Come on now. I drew Gutter Skulk. I do, in fact, wish I had Font of Return to get back my Hover Guard, among other things. So what happens if I attack with the Abomination? They chump with Harvest Hand. Or in fact, they trade. Yeah, no, they chump with Harvest Hand. I don't want them doing that because I don't want to go to 6 because I think they have Razia in their hand. Come on. Come on, deck. Stop disappointing me. What plays Angel Fire Crusader? I'm okay with that. I can chomp it with Floating Dreams of Era. Come on, deck. Deck, this is no good. This is really no good. Did I mulligan this game? No, I kept a 7-card hand. It was the previous game when I put bolas on the bottom. Come on, deck. Warhammer, bolas. Even my card draw will be fine. Ixpitter will be good. Hypervolt will be good. A removal spell will be good because I feel like I'm not going to die if my opponent draws their land for Razia. Nope, I draw another land. Okay. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We are going to run out of land soon. Although we did side in another land, which is awkward. Because we did that and then they put us in this spot. We're dead to Razia next turn. Come on, deck. This is the turn. Okay. Alright, we do something. We're not dead to Razia anymore. Still not attacking because I don't want to turn on their harvest hand thing. Okay. Well, we can beat Razia now. So now we have to... Look, we got Lockstone Warhammer. Okay? As long as it's not like in the bottom few cards of our deck, where that card by itself is going to win the game. Opponent has Stone Rain. Fine. That doesn't matter. Alright, deck. Come on. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to trade kind of aggressively because we already have these good blockers. So the goal is to deal face damage and gain life most importantly. And yeah, if opponent wants to trade for Angel Fire Crusader, that's annoying. But we'll get over it. I'm not whispering it. I just want to remove their things one by one. And I want to gain life. So I'm okay with this trade. I have to kill the Angel Fire Crusader. What is happening? Opponent's spending mana. Uh-oh. Opponent casts Lightning Storm. Oh no. Oh no, are they going to punish me for discarding this? Wait a minute. For playing all my lands? Are they just going to kill me here? Oh no. Please don't kill me. Deals X damage where X is 3 plus the number of charge counters. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't know they had Lightning Storm. How was I supposed to know that I wasn't supposed to play my lands? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So now this is getting dealt 3 plus 4. Oh no. Oh no. I'm going to have to Hirobi's Whisper my Floating Dream Zubera. Yes, and I'm going to target your Angel Fire Crusader. Did that work? Does that work? Please work. It's not working. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hirobi's Whisper, my Floating Dream Zubera. Oh no. Now I want to draw land. But I'm not going to. I'm going to draw like my bolas. Oh no. Fucking hell. Well, I tried, folks. I tried.